My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam.
Oh, we got an unfamiliar face in the studio. He's roasting a turkey. Woohoo! Turkey Daddy's roasting a turkey. How we doing, Mr. Turkey Daddy?
What's going on?
I love that I said 30 seconds till live, and you said, oh, I'm going on with you? And in the background, the crowd couldn't see it. You're scrambling to clean up your room and get a jersey up, which I think is the Bandits, right?
Yes, this is my office, first off.
A room, an office can be a room. I get you, though. This is what just happened where Sans Falcon, he had to take his mother out for Thanksgiving dinner. He's out of town. That's okay. We got Turkey Daddy. We've invited a few other people. Who knows if they'll show up. We don't care. I just did a shot of Fireball. I'm drinking my Christmas ale. This is the time of year. Turkey Daddy, do you drink on Thanksgiving?
I will drink with you. I got a little shot right here.
What are we shooting?
This is some E&J XO.
Okay.
Quality. Oh yeah.
What is this, whiskey?
Wow. That's incredible.
You know what's funny? So it just dawned on me. Fireball is whiskey. It's cinnamon whiskey. So every year on my birthday, one of my employees gets me a bucket of it. I tried to tell him last year. I'll pull it out. I tried to tell him last year I don't really drink liquor, and he buys this ridiculously sized bucket every year.
It's solid.
And guess what, Turkey Daddy? I drink it all every year. So maybe he called my bluff. Good grief. What just happened? Every Thursday at 6:30, I'm stuffed. I'm in a turkey coma. Did you have a traditional dinner tonight, Daddy?
I did. I went to Granny Graham's.
This is a little homoerotic that I kind of call you Daddy. But that's okay. Go ahead.
It was wonderful. It was a great dinner. We feasted. Yeah.
Nice. Folks, this is going to be a fun hour. I usually get pretty tanked by the end of the show. We may have some other guests on. If you comment on X or YouTube, I will display it. I don't even care what you say. It could be really vulgar. I have no filter. There's zero filters here. If you've seen the Falcon, you know that too. I do have to promote one thing, though. We were talking about this backstage. Our members only for a cup of coffee every month. You get inside bets from Philly Pete, myself, the Gamble Guy. I should have Greg's name on there too. He does daily fantasy, which is pretty awesome. So there you go.
Be on the look for me and Mike's picks every Friday.
Yes. Daily Dive, the only daily live lacrosse talk show on the planet, is on 12 Ounce Sports every day at 1 p.m. Daddy does a great job of producing. Mike host. They give you National Lacrosse League picks every Friday. We might make some of those exclusive because I think Mike does a pretty good job at those picks. So keep an eye out for that. So it is Thanksgiving, so we have to do this. The old I'm thankful for. Thank you. I'll let my guest go first. What's something you're sports related that you're thankful for?
Sports. I got two things. I'm very grateful that my Buffalo Bills are not doing horrible at this point in the season, and I'm very excited for NLL lacrosse to be back. So I'm very thankful for both of them.
Hell yeah. We got our first comment. Jared Goff is the NFL MVP. So Captain Lou's part of the network. Full disclosure, of course, he loves Jared Goff. And actually, the Lions barely escaped today for a victory. But I'm going to say I'm thankful for the Ohio State Buckeyes ... accounting department, because they went out and spent $20 million. I'm a public denier of Ryan Day. You see the Ohio State flag behind me. I'm a Jim Tressel guy. I think he's a bit soft. I think his teams are soft, but they went out and paid $20 million for this roster, and now they're the odds-on favorite to win the title. And as teams fall each week, it's looking better and better and better for the Ohio State Buckeyes to win the title. But everybody's going to say it. I know even Captain Lou, who had the first comment on the show, he's a Michigan fan. He's going to say, we paid for the title. It's okay. We didn't cheat our way to the title. Oh!
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
That's for the Michigan fans. Now, let's get into the topics. Here we go. It's Thanksgiving. It's a beautiful day. I'm in a food coma. I have to drink my way out of it. What I don't have to get out of is not being dead. The curious case of Alabama A&M. Turkey Daddy, did you hear about this?
I have not.
Alabama A&M linebacker Medrick Burnett Jr. was hospitalized in October during a game, a head injury. The school announced that he was dead. Here's the problem. He wasn't dead. What just happened?
How did that happen?
So they had to, that's a great question. How in the hell does this happen? They had to retract the statement and apologize. So apparently, I don't know if it was, I have the article up. I don't know if it was a reporter, a school employee, whatever, had talked to a distant relative somewhere in the hospital. Didn't bother to verify it or anything. Just, I think the family member said, yeah, Medrick's dead. They reported it as it was actual fact, and then found out, no, he's alive. He's actually still in the hospital now, but he did not die. That's pretty embarrassing. What just happened? How does that happen?
Did that guy just get fired immediately?
I would hope so. I would actually hope so. The school actually put out a notice. Our staff acted accordingly to the wishes of the family members to inform the A&M community and beyond of its unfortunate occurrence. Upon hearing from a representative from UAB Hospital this afternoon, we learned that he remains alive. I mean, that's pretty embarrassing, right?
Remains alive. Unbelievable.
It's like, who's in charge here? Who's in charge? Oh my goodness. Captain Lou, thanks for the comment. I thought you were going to join us, but I mean, he's probably busy. I mean, it is Thanksgiving. Everybody's busy. He's calling for Jared Goff to be the NFL MVP. I don't know. Do you have a favorite? Are you a big NFL guy? I know you love the NLL, but are you an NFL guy?
Oh, Jeff, where am I from, Jeff?
Buffalo. So you probably are. I'm Gamble guy. Jeff's my brother.
I got you. Gamble guy.
Joe's used to producing, so I don't know how comfortable he is on camera.
No, this is great.
Your Bills look great. Jared Goff, NFL MVP. I mean, he's got a case for it. He does have 9 interceptions. Of course, 5 of them were in one game, but that's another day. This guy, Ed Cooley. I don't know if you're a college basketball guy, Joe, but Ed Cooley is Georgetown's coach. He was Providence's coach. Completely screwed over Providence. I think he signed some kind of extension, told him he's going to be there for the long term. All of a sudden, Georgetown fired their coach. He left Providence to go to Georgetown. It's pretty it's a lateral move. It's not even a step up. He basically dicked over Providence. Now he's in the news again.
Mm-hmm.
He got a transfer from Illinois. Illinois is one of the better programs in college basketball. They're upper echelon Big Ten. And they were in a post-game conference for Georgetown, and that player that transferred from Illinois was on the stage with them, and they asked him a question. And he basically said, we're utilizing him this way, that way, unlike that bullshit university he came from. Like, what just happened? You're supposed to be professional. Ed Cooley has proven in the past he's not all that professional, but how are you just going to crap on another major university in basketball just for the sake of a soundbite? Like, what are you doing?
What just happened?
What just happened, Joe says. Do you see that kind of trash talk or slander in the National Lacrosse League since you are an NLL expert?
Yeah, we've seen some stuff even just recently, tweets and people throwing shade all the time, everywhere.
Are you
competitive? It's professional sports,
Does it happen with coaches and upper management, like shitting on another team, or is it player level?
I can't think of anything specifically coaches to upper management of recently. I'm sure there's some, something along the line that's happened. Definitely players. Lacrosse specifically is a very territorial sport, I guess, and then it's very different in the sense of like there being two different modalities of the game with the indoor and the outdoor. So there's then even more like more of that within that. So it's just it can be like that, and then there's a lot of the Americans versus the Canadians and all that type of stuff. So it definitely happens for sure.
And you touched on something there. I know we're kind of off topic, but the Americans versus the Canadians, because I learned in Montana with your colleague on Daily Dive that apparently lacrosse is Canada's feature sport or the
national sport. Yeah,
their national sport. Yeah, which kind of threw me for a loop. Everybody just assumes it's hockey.
Right.
I kind of would have predicted the opposite of what you just said. Knowing what I know from the National Lacrosse League, I would think there were more Ed Cooleys in the league than there were not Ed Cooleys, because everybody seems pretty feisty. I mean, they all have interesting personalities. They love to fight. I assume they drink copious amounts of beer after the game. I figured there would be a ton of shit talking even at the management level, but you're saying it's more the players.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily the standard to go to but I've definitely, especially online where people have platforms now and are able to speak their minds freely. I mean, you definitely see it amongst the players and the athletes a lot, whether it's between players or, versus organizations and stuff. It's competitive. They're professional athletes. They don't get paid nearly as much as a lot of these other pro leagues, any of these other pro leagues, and they're still the cream of the crop talent at what they do. So it makes sense.
Man, now you have me itching. Maybe it's the fireball kicking in, talking a little lacrosse. What is the average salary in the National Lacrosse League? Do you happen to know that?
I don't have the numbers specifically off the top of my head, and there is a lot of contention online. One thing that the NLL has a lot of issues with is transparency, especially when it comes to numbers regarding contracts, whether it be for athletes, upper managements, all types of. When it gets to numbers, it can be very hard to find a lot of those things. It's not a lot. I think I've looked at estimates of players can make anywhere between like $9K a year to like $35K maybe.
Oh, so, you're good. You're good at what you do, Joe, because I was pulling it up as you were talking about it. This is shocking. This is actually kind of shocking.
Yeah, it's actually crazy.
On average, it's $25,000 per season. Rookies get around $9K, like you just said. Mm-hmm. Veteran minimum is about $15K. Veteran maximum is a little over $30K. Franchise players, franchise tag is $35 to $40K. That's pretty shocking, actually.
Yeah. And I mean, some of the players, some of the best guys at what they do, they'll play in both outdoor and indoor professional leagues. So even those guys are at least able to make, above decent living wage for most people, but they're still, like I said, the cream of the crop of what they do. They're the best in the world. They're working round year. They're not getting, some of those guys aren't getting an off season, especially when you throw in a year like this year where it's like you have like the indoor box world championships. So that it's like right in the middle of the summer. Some of the guys can't even make the outdoor league. So they're literally, and then they're going, where are they going? Right from that, maybe they get a few weeks, then they go straight into training camp for NLL. So it's just, there is a lot of that going on in the sport, and there's a lot of growing to do for the athletes in that regard still.
I didn't think of that. They can play in multiple leagues, like where these super leagues that we have, like the NFL, NHL.
I don't have to. Even if there was an option, they don't have to, because
they don't have to, and there's not an option. But of course, they don't have to. That's actually pretty cool that the National Lacrosse League players can. They do have that option. So if they make $30K at each league, I mean, it's a decent living. I mean, if things get worse, it's going to be the minimum wage, but that's not a sports related topic. Turkey Daddy, have you heard the ball boys be tripping?
There's been a lot of ball boys news lately, right? Few weeks.
If you watch what just happened, Falcon and I talked about the Texas Tech ball boy a few weeks ago against Colorado, then Marshall Old Dominion. I don't have the beginning of the clip, but the Old Dominion ball boy went and tried to swipe the ball from the game's over. The game is over. The Marshall's running back to the locker room, and this ensues. I mean, he's fighting the Marshall player for the ball, gets slammed down. Like, everybody's losing their mind. And then the cops are coming over. This is over a ball boy trying to take a ball. Like, what just happened? Look at this guy. I have no idea. Over a football. They mass produce them, guys, by the way. You don't have to. It's not gold. It's not. What is going on in the world of sports where you have ball boys fighting players now? Can we make some sense of it on this show, or are we too far gone at this point? It's Turkey Day. Come on.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous, he says. A man of very few words, but it is ridiculous.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Is that a Marlboro Light, sir?
This is not a Marlboro Light.
Here, I got a drink with you then.
A clove cigar.
Clove cigar. Oh, those are popular in Buffalo areas, right?
Buffalo, New York, yeah.
Yeah, it's a popular smoke. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of Christmas ale. Do you like the Christmas ale? And if you do, which kind? Because I'm kind of a beer snob, and there's like 8 different kinds you can get.
I'm not particularly familiar with any. I mean, I like ales. I don't know if I've ever had a Christmas ale.
Well, Turkey Daddy, let me break this down to you. Christmas ales are generally around 10%. So a six-pack's like drinking 12.
Okay.
And they usually have a hint of cinnamon, which there's a theme going on because after the commercial break, I'm going to have more cinnamon whiskey.
Sure.
Shout out to Jason Gander for buying these for me.
Of course.
So yeah, I'm a big Christmas ale guy. We're going to move on. We're almost up to the break. We're actually a little bit ahead of time, but that's okay. Are you a college basketball guy, or am I just talking to myself here? Because if I'm talking to myself, I'll go on a rant.
Well, I mean, I can give my opinions. I'm a college basketball guy when it wins me money, but that doesn't usually happen too much. So I guess I'm not a huge college basketball guy.
So as you see, I have my Purdue flag over here under the monitor. I'm a Purdue graduate. I love their basketball team. I love their coach, Matt Painter.
Boilermakers.
I love the Boilermakers. We played UConn in the title last year. UConn won their second in a row championship. High expectations for this year, and then they go to Maui for the annual preseason tournament. I don't know why they call it preseason tournament. The games count, so it's actually early season tournament. UConn lost 3 straight, including a blowout loss to Dayton. What the hell just happened? I mean, this team was the odds-on favorite to win the title for a 3rd year in a row, and they've lost 3 straight. It's a topic because, I've been shoving fucking food in my face all day. I didn't have time to really prep, but I saw this. I'm like, what just happened? They lost 3 straight in Maui, including a 18-point loss to Dayton. And I think I have a theory here. I'll just take over here for a minute, Joe, and then you can chime in. Or Turkey Daddy. I mean,
Yes, sir.
I gotta respect the name. You know
Don't forget it.
I gotta respect the name.
Respect.
The funny thing is I'm calling you Turkey Daddy. My old lady says Daddy a lot differently. She says,
Okay.
"Ooh, Daddy, ooh, Daddy."
Okay, gamble guy.
I have a theory of why this is happening with UConn. Now they've won 2 in a row. They're still good. They're probably going to have a really good season, but their coach is completely out of control. This guy, I have a lot of things to say about this guy, but this dude is. I used to hate Tom Izzo with a passion.
Yeah.
Yes. I used to hate Tom Izzo with the passion. Tom Izzo actually seems pretty reasonable at this point, although he's a habitual complainer and whiner too. These guys are so entitled. They make so much money. Their teams are so good. Yes, you have crazy talent on your team. You have money to throw at them now. But you, honestly, this asshole, this guy, he has no composure. This is every game, by the way. He just got hit up with a fine because he called the ref last game or 2 games ago an effing, I don't know if I can say it. Look, folks, I'm quoting asshole Hurley. He said, "You are an effing retard" to the ref. He got slapped with a technical and a fine. This guy has zero composure. If you saw him in a championship game against Purdue, yeah, they won. They beat Purdue by double digits. Great job. You had all the best players. He's losing his mind every call that goes against his team. Like, what just happened? You've been in basketball. You played for Duke. You've seen literally a million fucking basketball games. The calls go both ways. Not one team gets all the calls, but every time a ref calls something against his team, this dude kicks and screams like a fucking 2-year-old. What just happened?
I mean, to be fair, was the ref an effing retard?
No, you bastard.
Saying. You know?
No, I
right.
mean, if you've watched UConn play, they're very scrappy, but scrappy teams commit a lot of fouls. So his team gets called for a lot of fouls, and he literally melts down and loses his mind every call. Well, he's lost a few key players from last year, graduation, going to the NFL or the NBA draft. So when you have a younger starting lineup and you can't keep your composure, they can't keep their composure either. And I think that's what's contributing to the 3-game losing streak, including getting blown out by Dayton. I think Hurley's going to have, this is going to be an interesting year for UConn to see if he changes the way, because, I mean, seriously, if you're a basketball fan like I am, I've never seen anything like this. Tom Izzo, again, does these kind of antics once in a while, but it's not all game. Once in a while, you'll see Tom Izzo put his arm around a ref or calm down and have a conversation. This lunatic never calms down. This lunatic is losing his shit literally the entire basketball game. So I want to see if that causes UConn to kind of fall off the table here. That's my 2 cents. I just got a text. Let's see if it's our favorite. No, I thought it was your cohort.
I don't know a lot about college basketball, but I will say I know enough to know that UConn losing to Dayton is crazy. So
yeah, I mean, UConn went into Maui and lost all 3 of their games. They're 4-3. They took 8th place out of 8 in Maui. Nobody saw this coming. I'm just wondering if this is the fall of Rome here. We'll see. Never know. You never know. Hey, we'll be right back. Turkey Daddy's roasting a turkey right now, right on screen. Love it. I'm having some Christmas ale. When we come back from the break, I'll do a fireball shot because, again, it's Thanksgiving. Why not? That's what you do. And, yeah, we're going to have a little fun. We might just, Turkey Daddy and I may just rant and rave and go off script.
We're just turkey winging it, man.
We're just turkey winging it. I really don't have a script tonight. Falcon's not here. So the second half is probably going to be crazier because I'm going to do another fireball. The turkey's almost done for Turkey Daddy.
Things crazy.
things might get interesting. So hang in there. We'll be right back. This is what just happened. I need a refill. Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right. At 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like exam.
Are you eating cereal?
I am not.
What did I see in your hands?
Oh, it's just my keyboard. My wireless.
Oh my God, I thought I saw a bowl.
No.
A cereal bowl.
Yeah, not that kind of bowl. Maybe a different kind of bowl.
Oh shit. Hey, I thought of something else that I'm thankful for.
What's that?
And this is a shout out to your colleague Michael Carvalho.
Thank you.
Sir.
I'm thankful for the Giants to finally let us all know that Daniel Jones is not Joe Montana, because I know Michael thinks he is. That dude, oh my God. Michael will go, he will fight to the death over Daniel Jones. Well, he just signed with the Vikings to be a backup. So there you go. You got anything else you're thankful for before we move on, or you just kind of don't give a shit?
I'm thankful for you, gambling guy.
Woohoo! The gambling guy. Oh crap. And you, hey, if you have a topic, we'll talk your topic. Folks, if you comment on X or YouTube while we're live, we'll display your topic, your comment, your curse word. Tell us what you're doing right now. What are you drinking? Come on, interact with us. We already had one comment.
Come on, be part of it.
Be part of this. It's Thanksgiving night. You're done with the family left. You can stop talking politics. The family's gone. The politics talk is over. The beer is flowing. The sports are on. What's the night game tonight, by the way?
Packers Dolphins.
Yes. Oh, I'm going to love that one. I have the Packers defense actually in fantasy football.
Do you?
Do you play,
well,
do you
they might
play?
do very well tonight. Rome posted a pretty interesting thing from his show about Dolphins and cold weather.
Yes, Rome is a Dolphins fan, so he knows all things Dolphins. And when he kind of said the Packers might be in good hands tonight. Let's see. It's pretty even money right now. Dolphins are getting 3.5, and 51% of the money's on the Dolphins at 3.5. So the public
Packers I think entered the day favored.
Yeah, the Packers are favored, but I mean, the public is disagreeing with it. I mean, well, it's 50-50. It's right down the middle. 51% of the money's on the Dolphins. Let's see something here. I like this Packers team. They're kind of sneaky good. Tua obviously makes Miami better. You said Rome. Rome's live every morning at 7 a.m. on 12 on Sports. He mentioned that the Dolphins are 3 points per game better with Tua, and he was impressed by that, but I was actually kind of surprised by that. I would think the Dolphins were more than 3 points better with Tua. The money line's no, it's not changed. 57% of the bets are on the Packers, but 51% of the money's on the Dolphins. Here's something interesting, though. If you're a gambling man like myself, the Packers are only 1-4 in their last 5 against the spread. So that would say that it's going to be a close game. We have a third party here. Captain Lou's in the house.
Oh, dude.
I love it. And he's got the victory chain on or whatever that is.
That's right, so baby.
Good. Where is Michael?
Now we need Mike. It's that would be the if we could get Mike in here.
If Mike shows up, I'm going to go get my Tums.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the funny thing.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
The funny thing, Captain Lou, is Mike's not even awake yet.
Well, you know, when is he ever?
Well,
during the show, that's it.
Oh, okay.
It's the only time he's actually awake is between noon and 3 p.m.
Since you're here, what
Yes,
the
sir.
heck happened to the Lions in the second half today?
Boy, that's tell you what, man. I put on Facebook I wasn't worried, but that's not quite true. I was a little worried today. I don't know what happened.
We always worry, but thank goodness the Bears didn't call that timeout. With the last play of the game.
You know, I was reading how Matt Eberflus said that he was all right with what happened, and I'm like, what? What the hell are you talking about? That guy, he'll be lucky he's not fired by Monday.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, and you got to call a timeout there. We were talking Packers Dolphins real quick. We kind of went off script, but it's Thanksgiving night. We don't have to have a script. I found this interesting, Captain Lou. It's a 3.5 point spread, and 51% of the public bets, not money, but the bets are on the Dolphins. Even though Rome pointed out this morning the Dolphins are terrible in cold weather, so something's got to give tonight, right? The Packers can't beat the spread, but they're playing well.
Boy, I don't know. I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to bet against Green Bay at home in the cold. You know, man, I might bet that down, you know, and maybe do a parlay, but man, no way. Ain't touching that one.
I would probably buy points if I could. I mean, I don't see a field goal game, really. Field goal game between these two teams. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I'd bet the under, but I don't know.
That's actually a good bet. What's the over-under there? Again, we're off script, but who cares? Over-under is 47. Yeah, that seems like that's a high line.
I might have to put a pepperoni pizza on the under on that one tonight before I go to bed.
Speaking about over-unders and what just happened, Shohei Ohtani. So you guys know the translator dilemma that he faced. All kinds of controversy going on with that, with the tax fraud and not disclosing income. Well, it turns out Ohtani is now, through legal action, seeking $325,000 worth of baseball cards that he says the ex-interpreter took from him. What just happened? This gets worse and worse for Shohei.
That guy's going to need it for cigarette money in the joint, man.
Yes. Oh my God. I mean, the dude avoids taxes. He's in big enough trouble with the IRS. Now Shohei's suing him, saying he stole $325,000 worth of baseball cards. My question is, who vetted this guy? Like, how did Shohei even find him? The guy just showed up and said, I can speak Mandarin. And he's like, okay, you're hired. No background check. What?
I don't know. You know, I just still find it. I still find it hard to believe that Shohei 100% didn't know what was going on. Is he that stupid?
He might. Who knows? I mean, who knows how smart he is? I mean, so his interpreter he previously pleaded guilty to bank and tax fraud for stealing nearly $17 million from the athlete. And now he's being accused of stealing an additional $325,000 worth of baseball cards, which another breaking news story here, or what just happened is who's setting there's baseball cards worth that much money? Like, do they even hold value anymore? Who wants them? Like, why do you even need a baseball card?
I don't know. The producer Joe there, do you even know what a baseball card is? You're so young.
He is so young. He's NFT.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's enjoying Thanksgiving night. Hey, this will get the conversation going right here. This will get.
I like the beard, man.
Thanks. Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, thank you. It's playoff.
I trim. Mine was as big as Lou's a couple weeks ago. I trimmed mine a little bit because it was getting hard to eat. My girlfriend started laughing at I always had food in my beard, so I had to trim it down a little bit.
Well, I'm going to be masquerading as somebody we know with a red suit this.
Oh yes,
3 weeks. So that's why it's been growing out. Some guy by the name of Chris. You know?
Hey, so backstory, Gamble Guy, aka El Jefe, aka Godfather, is still legendary in the local community. When in high school, he played Santa Claus for the huge choir concert Christmas spectacle that we did for 3 years, my sophomore, junior, and senior year. The old superintendent still talks about my performance in that. So Christmas is my favorite holiday.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I do like Thanksgiving is one of my favorites because there isn't a whole lot of pressure besides eating, which is right up my alley. But Christmas is fun, you know?
Christmas is my favorite because I host the family. So I had to cook the bird today. We're going to go off script again. I had to cook the bird. Listen, turkey daddy, someday you're going to need to know this. If you're a daddy of turkeys, you got to know this. When you buy the bird, okay, I bought an almost 21 pounder. It says you need to thaw it in the refrigerator 24 hours for every 5 pounds. So that would tell me Saturday night, Sunday morning, you put it in the fridge, which is what I did. I woke up at 7 a.m. I started prepping the bird. Oh no, there's ice in it. I followed the instructions. We were supposed to start at 1. We didn't eat till 2. It took an extra hour in the oven to roast. So Christmas is my favorite holiday. I actually told the family we're doing a honey baked ham next year because they're pre-cooked and it's
There
much
you
easier
go.
to prepare. Yes. Hey, this should get the conversation flowing. Turkey Daddy, wake up. This is going to be right down your alley.
I'm ready.
Did the expanded playoffs just open up more cases for whining? We used to have 2 or 3 teams that whined. We have like 6 or 7 or 8 teams whining now. What just happened? This should have solved everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not
Your first Turkey.
Absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't it? You know, more.
I love it because
chances.
now that you got guys like Lane Kiffin, who's never won anything in his life. All of a sudden, he's a so-called expert. Here's my question to Jack and all the other SEC honks. Yeah, Indiana hasn't beaten anybody, but you know what? They haven't lost to unranked teams like a few teams in the SEC, I know. Neither is Penn
exactly.
State, neither is Ohio State. So you can take your 3 losses to Vanderbilt and whoever, I mean, who has Texas beat?
Michigan, who's down this year. Michigan lost a lot of talent from last year. That's the thing I don't understand. That's what I don't understand. The reason there's more whining is because the one squeaky wheel conference is always whining, and it's because now they want 3 and 4 loss teams into the playoffs. Listen, we didn't expand the playoffs just for the SEC. Breaking news story. It wasn't just for you.
Right, 100%. You know what? And I heard something yesterday where there's a good possibility there could only be 2 SEC teams. My God, all those teams would jump off the bridges into the Mississippi River if that were the case down there. Holy Christ!
Well, this past weekend was Southern Justice, is what happened.
You got that right.
They were whining and whining and whining. Oh, I mean, Lane Kiffin went out on a limb and said, I talked to a lot of coaches. They don't want to play in conference championships. It's an easy buy because then you just get into the playoffs and you don't have to worry about losing in a conference championship. And then he goes and loses to a 500 team, and he just played himself out of the playoffs. Ole Miss is done. It's hilarious.
Well, and I'm going to try to bring something up to solidify my point, though, on this. See if I can find the bracket. But there's somebody brought up a good point. All right, with the Big Ten teams, okay? Let's say that, whoever wins the Big Ten, they got the number 1 seed, right? They're going to take on the winner of the 8-9 game. Let's just say it's Ohio State wins, which I think they're going to get probably Georgia in the second round. So that means Oregon would host Arizona State. They win, they would only have to play Boise.
Yeah.
So the runner-up in the Big Ten championship game gets a better draw.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes. Yeah. And they were just talking about that on some college sports show on Sirius. That the loser of the Oregon Ohio State rematch, actually has the easiest path to the title of anybody in this bracket as of right now. And no offense to Arizona State or Boise State.
Yeah.
Ashton Jaunty is the next best thing since Barry Sanders, but the team as a whole, Lou, you and I know this. We've been around this planet for a while. The difference between the Ohio States and say the Arizona States is just depth. I mean, there's good players all over the place, but Boise State and Arizona State can't shuffle in a whole new defensive line on second down like Oregon and Ohio State can, and that's going to be the difference. So, the loser of the Big Ten title game has an easier path to the semifinals than anybody else.
I don't think anybody has to worry about Ohio State stumbling Saturday. That's my best bet of the weekend. To me, the best bet of the weekend is the over on the Ohio State-Michigan game. I think it's 43. I think Ohio State will score 43 by themselves.
They may. Here's the thing. As an Ohio State aficionado, and I called this last Saturday against Indiana with friends and the old lady. The old lady, I said, we are habitual slow starters. So here's the thing. We don't wake up until 5 minutes to go in the first half. So if we catch a team that can come out of the gates on fire, because I'm pretty sure Ryan Day is basically boring to the team, so he doesn't get them fired up before the game. So they never come out on fire. So if they face a Georgia or an Oregon or somebody that can come out and light it up early and dig a hole, they're in trouble. But I don't see Michigan's kind of a lower scoring team. They grind it out. They're pretty decent on defense. So I don't see Michigan being able to build a big lead in the first half, which is what you need to do against Ohio State, because something happens with about 5 minutes to go in the first half. They wake up and they look like world beaters. They look like the team that Ryan Day decided, I can't win big games, so I'm going to pay for big games. So he has a $20 million payroll, and then they wake up and then they play really good. So I think Ohio State's going to get in trouble in the playoff because they're going to face teams that can drop 21 in the first half.
Yeah, but Saturday, this team, Ryan Day, we all know, with all due respect, Ryan Day has been, Michigan's Huckleberry for the last 3 years. And I know that's grinding. If he could put 100 up on Michigan, he's gonna. And if they can beat Indiana 38-14 or whatever it was, I'm telling you, the over to me is a lock. I mean, I'm even going to put a pepperoni pizza on the spread, and I'm a Michigan guy. At home, Ohio State's going to look for any kind of style points they can and 3 years worth of retribution. This to me has 51-10 written all over it.
And I love it. So I love this network. You call it pepperoni pizzas. Rome calls it bananas. I call it shekels. Turkey Daddy, what do you guys call your bets on Fridays?
Call it that cheddar. Getting that cheddar.
The cheddar. That's right. You do call it the cheddar. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing about the playoffs is it kind of opened up. We used to have 2 or 3 teams. Lou, does that sound right? About 2 or 3 teams would complain like, oh, I think we should have a shot of it. I feel like we have 8 or 9 teams now are like starting to complain and go on the campaign trail. Like this shouldn't have happened.
Can only go one better, man.
It all started with Mac Brown campaigning back in the 90s. And then your boy Urban Meyer campaigning in 2007 or 2006 when Michigan and Ohio State were 1-2 and should have played in the rematch after that great epic Ohio State win over Michigan the day after Bo died.
Was that the 42-39 game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those two teams should have played in the championship game. Florida should have never played, but they did. And, so you're always going to get somebody campaigning, and you're right. It's, I think there may have to be a tweak on how they do the seeding, in my opinion, because I don't know. I mean, how does a team like Arizona State deserve to be a 4 seed? I mean,
well, the reason they're in it is because they may win a Big 12. So one of our writers said the fix to this to stop the whining is you have 10 conferences. If you want this to be like March Madness, let the conference championship or let the conference champions all get in and then have 6 at large. Then you might get a 3. Then you might get a 3-loss SEC team if they're the better of the 6 remaining to go. That's the only way you're going to fix it. But to turn this thing, to expand the playoffs and turn this thing in to a Big Ten SEC invitational is not, that wasn't the intent.
Right.
The intent of the playoffs, and it's not in the spirit of the playoffs. It's supposed to give the Boise States a chance. I want to see Boise State play Ohio State or Oregon or Georgia. I want to see how they stack up. They have the best running back since Barry Sanders. So it should have reduced the amount of whining, but because we live in the times we live in and everybody gets to campaign and ESPN's in bed with the SEC, now we have extra whining. Like, a 3-loss Ole Miss is better than a 1-loss Indiana. Says who? Who says that?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know, man.
What just happened?
What just happened? Joe, right on time. I love it.
Answer, Joe.
Hey,
Good answer.
why don't the Uber rich seem to Uber? Like, what's going on? Did you guys see that the Rams have a player, Demarcus Robinson? Apparently he's not going to get. Yeah, he's not going to get suspended by the Rams, but he was drinking and driving. Like, these guys are so rich. Why are they doing this? Why are they jeopardizing their cash cow, their bread, as the Daily Dive says, their cheddar, to drive home drunk? Just Uber.
It's about as smart as Jameson Williams. That guy's a knucklehead. He's a dipshit. You know?
You know?
I just don't understand who.
I don't get it.
And I want to say who's counseling these guys, but then again, they're grown adults. Like, you're making your own choices. You make $15 million a year to play a game. You're living the dream. You have women falling all over you. You can go anywhere you want. And then you get wasted and you're like, yeah, I think I'll drive. You know how many people would be happy to drive you home and then drive you back to your car in the morning to keep you out of trouble? Because the worst case scenario is you're going to kill somebody.
Yeah.
The best case scenario is you're going to get a DUI and not be allowed to drive anyway. That's the best case scenario, but you're going to have the stigma of a drunk driver. Like, what just happened? Why do they do this?
So irresponsible. What are we doing?
Yeah. We have Uber.
Ignorant.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right, though. Gamble guy. They are adults. You know, I mean, you can't hold their hands anymore, man. I'm sorry, they're not 12.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I forgot to do at the break? I forgot that. Here, what are you guys drinking?
Here, let's go.
Coke Zero.
I got my Fireball cinnamon whiskey. It was my birthday gift from one of my employees. Joe, what do you have? Or Turkey Daddy?
A little E&J.
E&J XO. And Captain Lou, you got the Diet Coke?
Yeah, I got to go to work at 3:00 in the morning. I had to get up, so I got to stay sober.
Brutal. All right, bottoms up.
Go ahead.
But
Hell yeah.
This time tomorrow, I will be at Detroit Metro Airport getting ready to board a plane for Arizona.
Fuck yeah, Lou.
And Saturday night, my son and I are going to watch. We're going to watch Steph Curry, and I don't know if Kevin Durant's injured, but we're going to watch Phoenix and Golden State.
Really?
Yep.
Little short getaway or a big vacation?
Well, it's going to be, there's 12 of us that are going to be staying in an Airbnb. My wife's family, or our family, my wife and her kids, and me and my son, and my brother and sister-in-law and their family. And my bonus son and his wife live down in Scottsdale. He's a golf pro down there. So we're going to go hang out for a few days. It's going to be.
Did you say bonus son?
Yeah, well, bonus son.
Bonus son, yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, what do you do for work?
I'm a Coke dealer.
He is. He is.
Go, dude.
Yeah, I deliver pot. I deliver Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Oh, you could have just left it at that and let Turkey Daddy.
I know.
Let him you should have let him stew on that for a week.
Yeah. I used to work third shift at a place that a factory that made lug nuts. So I used to just bust nuts out all night, you know, at my job.
There you go.
Yeah, he busts nuts. Captain Lou had a missed opportunity. He's got the gold chain. He said he was a Coke dealer. That was good enough right there. We could have rolled with that.
I know. I wasn't thinking, you know. Yeah, I'm in vacation mode. I just got to get through tomorrow, you know.
I love it. I've been on vacation all week, so it's
that's awesome. Yeah, we'll be back Wednesday. So and then get home just in time Thursday. I get to stay up Thursday night to watch the Lions and the Packers. So life is good.
Oh, that'll be epic. I hosted my second Thanksgiving today. Second. I hosted 2.
Dude,
Wow.
I'm burned out.
you're a fucking
Oh, I
genius.
bet you are. We went to a friend's house, and so yeah,
I'm
that was
burned
all
out.
right.
I only have one more topic, but we can roll this right up to 7:30.
Let's keep
Daniel
going,
Jones
man.
is
Let's keep this going. I'm having a good time.
Daniel Jones is the ultimate what just happened. This guy was drafted 6th overall. Captain Lou, before you came on live, we were making fun of Michael because he goes on Twitter /X and defends Daniel Jones as if it's his pregnant wife, and everybody roasts him. And it turns out that Daniel Jones maybe isn't who we thought he was. The Giants have released him. Now he's signing a $300,000 contract with the Vikings. I was looking at the draft results and the people drafted after him. That was the year Kyler Murray was drafted first.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the Daniel Jones pre-draft analysis. Well-built quarterback with an average arm strength and good pocket presence. He gets the ball out on time and is precise in the short game, checkdowns. He has a great feel for timing of back shoulder throws. He has to really strain to drive the ball vertically. That's a minus.
Yeah.
And it affects his mechanics and his accuracy. That affects his mechanics and accuracy. He has a longer delivery and pats the ball before delivering. That does not seem like a glowing reference for a guy you're going to pick 6th overall. And the Giants kind of confirmed we made the wrong draft choice.
Yeah.
But they the fact that you make the wrong draft choice this day and age in the top 10 drafts is a real life what just happened. You just unloaded the bank for this guy and then basically just handed him to the Vikings. What just happened?
Did you watch them on Hard Knocks? The one where they were on like the off-season one? And
I saw snippets of it. I didn't watch it religiously.
It was pretty good. It was good. The way, it was fun to watch, to see how they prep for the draft. And that whole thing with Saquon Barkley. Oh my God. And you could see the owner in one of the scenes, he was crying because he went to Philly. And how Joe Shane still has a job there, to me, is just mind-boggling. I know they're like the old Lions. They're loyal to a fault, how the Lions used to keep all these sad sacks for years and decades and years. Daniel Jones, I don't know how the hell when they drafted him that year, I'm with you, Gamble guy. I just couldn't believe it.
You just unpacked a lot there. So on Hard Knocks, didn't they say anybody but the Eagles? Like, what did they know what did they know that we didn't know, other than just being a rival?
Well, here's and what really is, he tells them, go see what you can get, and then make sure you come back to me. Okay, like he's really going to do that? Are you
right?
You're giving the guy the green light to go do whatever the hell he wants, and it's like, here's
what I don't get in pro sports, because I'm a Browns fan. I'm sorry, but I see these moves. I see these draft picks. I'm nobody special, but I played college football. I was a high school coach for 7 years. I won Coach of the Year one of the years. I won 2 league titles. That doesn't mean anything other than I'm prefacing that by saying, like, sometimes I'm wondering, what are they looking at? What are they actually looking at that they think this guy whose summary is he's got a long delivery, he pats the ball, he has a decent pocket presence, but he's not very accurate past the short game. Let's draft him 6th overall. Like, how are these people getting paid what they're getting paid to make these decisions? And then the Giants aren't self-aware enough to see that they have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make this guy the feature back, and they can't make it work with him because, does Daniel Jones affect Saquon Barkley? Maybe the whole team's just a mess. I don't know. But how are these people getting hired into these positions? What just happened?
Exactly. It's, and they've gone through coaches. I mean, the New York Giants, their history with coaches, Joe Judge, okay, Pat Shermer, and Brian Dable's supposed to be this freaking genius. Yeah, okay, he's might be smarter than Matt Eberflus, but that's about it. I don't know.
Well, Pat Shermer, isn't he now a coordinator for Colorado and Deion Sanders?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he toiled here at Michigan State for a while. They at one time he thought he was going to be the head coach here, and I don't know.
So I looked at a couple of draft picks that the Giants could have went for instead of Daniel Jones that year. TJ Hawkinson went 2 picks later. Sorry, Lou.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can't think of life without him, right?
Hey, we got Laporta. He got 2 touchdowns today. I'll take it.
There you go. Devin Bush from the Steelers, a couple picks later. Let's see. Not a lot of quarterbacks that year. I mean, the Commanders made the mistake of picking Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State, which is comical. So if I'm going to stick up for the Giants a little bit, I'm looking. There wasn't a whole lot of beef after Daniel Jones that year. It was kind of a weak draft, to be honest.
Was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a weak draft. And I'm looking at quarterbacks. Like Drew Lock was picked 2nd round, 42nd overall. Other quarterbacks. Let's see. Yeah, no other quarterbacks in the 2nd round. So it was a weak quarterback draft. Let's see if we can find another quarterback. Maybe there's a sleeper in here. There wasn't much. It's a weird draft. It's one of those weird, really odd drafts. I mean, seriously. Oh, Will Grier in the 3rd round.
Oh, Will Grier from West Virginia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him.
He was drafted in the 3rd round.
Huh.
Ryan Finley from NC State. He played for the Bengals. He was drafted by the Bengals.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we had there. There was not a lot of quarterbacks. Which is odd.
Yeah.
Jarrett Stidham went to the Patriots. Yeah, it was kind of a weak draft. So maybe that's what the Giants were thinking. If we don't get Jones here, there's really not much left in this draft, and we need a quarterback. Easton Stick, the Chargers took, which is a joke. Clayton Thorson from Northwestern was a joke. Terrible quarterbacks.
Hey, Gamble
For goodness, I don't mean to harp on this, but I think I was a better quarterback in college than some of these guys. Gardner Minshew was taken in the 6th round by the Jaguars that year. He might have been better than Daniel Jones.
I'd like to make an announcement.
Yes.
The ogre has risen from his slumber.
Do we want to go long? We want to let the ogre join us?
I got about 12 minutes I can go. Then I got to split.
Same here. I can't go all night. That's what she said.
Well, that's No, you got me on that one.
Well, Mike missed his opportunity.
No, I said
if you're sleeping till 7:30 at night, you've missed the opportunity to go live on 12 on Sports.
Ridiculous.
Fellas, this is what just happened. It's Thanksgiving. It's my 2nd favorite holiday. You guys are my 2nd favorite people. I'm just joking. I'm drunk.
Well, hey, at least somebody is.
You're my 1st favorite people. This has been fun. I wish the Falcon could have joined us because he hasn't met either one of you. The Falcon would love Captain Lou. Falcon lives near Detroit, big Grand Rapids guy.
Nice.
One more time. We're going to go around the horn one more time before we go off the air because I want to know, what are you thankful for? I'm going to go Turkey Daddy first.
Thank you.
I'm thankful for 12 on Sports.
All right, Captain Lou.
Thank you.
I'm thankful for 12 Ounce Sports. I'm thankful for my beautiful bride. Thank you for my wonderful son, my bonus kids. Thankful for being able to broadcast games, broadcast shows. I'm just thankful to be alive, Daddy. Thankful to
I
be
love it.
alive, and I'm thankful that my Lions are 11-1.
Let's go!
Yeah.
There's time for everything, baby.
Love you guys.
Obviously, I'm thankful for 12 ounce sports. I'm thankful for my daughter. I'm thankful for my lady. I'm thankful for good health. I'm thankful for sports. I'm thankful for life itself. I'm thankful for love. We love love.
Thank you.
Right?
Right.
And I'm thankful that this guy,
Oh my God.
right at the end of the show, we're going off. We're going off the air. What do you think?
See what
What are you
quarterback is
thankful for?
11-1 right now? The MVP.
Daniel Jones to the Vikings. Did you call it, Michael?
Well, I was one of the teams I said, yeah.
No, you can't do that. You can't play that game. You can't
was
do
one
Can
of
that.
the
I
teams
offer
I
you
said
a
he
nice
goes
egg
to.
in this trying time?
He didn't cut it in New York. You can't play that game with us. I told these guys, you defend Daniel Jones like he's your pregnant wife, and all of a sudden he gets cut.
Hey, Drew Lock, how's he doing right now?
I don't care about Drew Lock.
Hey, he got enough points to cover the over for the bet. Shazam.
Oh,
Over 39.5, baby. Pepperoni pizza in my oven.
so
Jeez.
Captain Lou's got pepperoni pizza. Rome's got bananas. Daily Dive's got cheddar. Gamble Guy's got to come up with a little slogan for gambling. What should we? Mike, are you awake yet?
Yeah, sure.
Were you able to take a proper shower and a shit, or did you just roll right out of bed and come on the air?
I pretty much rolled right out of bed.
That's how your hair.
That reminds me of my Aunt Bonnie. She's a classic. She told my Uncle Red's ex-wife that she looked like she farted and fell in it.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So PJ's on camera, I see.
Mike, I don't even know where to begin with you, young man. It's 7:30 at night. You're just waking up.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Working nights, baby, working nights.
You don't work at all. How many hours did you get this past week? 20?
24.
Well, he's young.
You better call a doctor. Your feet are hurting.
Get his machine soon.
Mike, what are you thankful for? You see the graphic. What are you thankful for?
That Daniel Jones is a new team.
That's it?
I don't care.
Wow.
What about your mother?
Sure.
What about Burger King?
No.
How about Jim Harbaugh?
What about Dr. Scholes? Are you thankful for anything? What do you?
I mean, 12 on sports.
Good grief! Who invited this guy? He's barely awake.
12
Stay
on
back.
sports.
Stay backstage. We're gonna talk here in a minute.
All
Hold
right.
on.